Hi, I'm Christopher Samaras. I'm the Director of Community Development for the City of Lowell. This week we are celebrating Community Development Week, which is a celebration of community development block funds. This is the 42nd anniversary of the Community Development Block Program. This week we are going to see several organizations and programs that do take advantage of these funds. And it's a great program, and many people in the City of Lowell take advantage of this. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the week.
The mission of the WISH Project is to provide all of our local needy with furniture, clothing, baby gear, and home goods. And each year we provide about 36,000 people with more than $1.4 million in value of free stuff. And so in the short term, we're helping the environment and we're helping the needy with things that many of which were destined for landfill. And in the long term, we are helping to end homelessness. I have to say we are very proud that I'm actually the founder, and when I started the WISH Project 10 years ago, you were the first grant we ever got, and I don't know many charities that could say that HUD funding was the first funding they ever got. But there was a buddy at the Greater Lowell Community Foundation who said, you got to go after CDBG money, and help me do it. For 6 months I was under CTI, just so we could slide in, and for the last 10 years this funding has been absolutely critical. We support 56 different social service agencies, so we support the homeless shelters and things. Clients don't come here directly, they're all referred through the homeless shelters, the food pantries, early intervention programs and things. CTI obviously refers a lot of people to us. And the interesting thing is most of them are funded by the government, and we are not. You're the only government funding we get. It's $10,000 a year out of our $350,000 budget. But that $10,000 has been absolutely critical. And it's funny because originally when we got it, $10,000 was half our budget. And now, so look what happens 10 years later. The two things that make it absolutely critical are, first of all, it helps pay for two things that grants will not pay for. One is the rent for 1 month when we just have a cash dip this time of year, we always do. And the other is the heat bill. Heating a 13,000 square foot warehouse is no small effort. And I know I'm acting like I'm nice and toasty here, but I'm freezing my buns off. So. And when we're sending furniture out, my desk is right next to a door just like this. So all winter, I'm sitting right in front of an open door. So the heat is a huge deal. Because CDBG pays those two bills that I've never been able to find a grant to pay, it levels out our cash flow and we're able to make it through two big crunches of the year. I mean, basically, many studies have proven that if people don't have their basic things, they can't thrive. And the whole reason I was inspired to start the WISH Project was because of the social workers. I mean, we currently partner with more than 2,000 social workers. And before the WISH Project, not only were thousands of families eating dinner off of an upturned bucket because they couldn't afford a kitchen table, and children were alternating going to school because two brothers had to share a pair of shoes, but social workers, thousands of them, just here in Lowell, were having to spend half their time going out to get a baby diaper so that a mother didn't lose custody. And so I come out of the high-tech world, and I spent 2 years saying, this is crazy. Somebody must have worked this out, because every major city has figured out food banks. They figured out food banks in the 70s, but nobody had really figured out goods banks and applying the same model, but doing it for stuff. Well, it's been a long haul, but here we are. And so our big statement is, you know, we may not end poverty, we'll never end it, but we certainly take the sting out of it, because we know that every 4 months a kid's going to have clothes. When the child's going to have a backpack for school, they're going to have Christmas gifts. They've got a bed to sleep in, they're not sleeping on the floor. I mean, when you're in prison or you're in a homeless shelter, your furniture and your meals and things are provided. But when they find you housing again, you're launched into an empty apartment. And many families flounder without simple help.
Hi, my name is Ravee, Davé. I work with the City of Lowell Community Development Department. This is the closing of Community Development Week. We started off the week going to Lowell Telecommunications Corporation, the Wish House, the Girls Inc. just down the street, Boys and Girls Club, and here we are at the Whistler House. We hope you had an enjoyable week with all the different celebrations we've had, and we look forward to next year celebrating the 43rd Community Development Week in the United States. Take care.